Hey, what's up you guys? It's Sammy here from the Ohio Fisherman, here to just talk about a simple few bass techniques to use when conditions aren't very favorable or you're just simply not catching fish. So, let's say it's cold and raining. What me and Alex would do is, depending on what type of cover is around there, if there's no cover and the fish are right on the bottom, you can just take a little grub and a jig and cast it out there and slowly retrieve it along the bottom. And you'll catch a couple nice fish on that. They won't be monsters, but they will be better than catching nothing. The next thing, if it is raining and you're on the in weeds, you can throw something maybe like a spoon and slowly retrieve it in. The key to catching fish when it's cold and raining is to go slow. It's to keep it slow and try to trigger a reaction strike out of the fish. So it also presents another challenge. It also depends what kind of cover you're around. If you're just on nothing, just mud bottom, sand bottom, and the water's muddy, I would throw maybe a 6-inch red trick worm style bait, rigged. If you've seen our Zoom worm fishing video, it was just after a rain, it was cloudy outside, and the water was muddy, and that's what we used, and we caught quite a few nice bass. And there were a couple sticks in the water. I actually got tangled a couple times catching those fish, but it still worked. And besides those sticks along the cover, in the ways of cover, there wasn't much. So you would use crankbaits in spring is when we normally use them, because around here anyway, the weeds aren't in yet, and that's when it's the easiest time to use them. In spring, I like to use natural coloreds and 2 to 4 inch shallow diving crankbaits with rattles in them. They could be in a shad profile or a minnow profile. They don't really care. The bass don't really care, I have found, but sometimes the shad profile works better. But minnow profile, I have found, also works pretty good. So that's the springtime. In the summer, when it's warmer, the bass will be in more shallow, and as the water gets warmer, they'll go out and deeper if it gets really, really hot. So what I'd do is maybe throw a topwater frog along the shore, close to the shore, and again, finesse worms. I love finesse worms. I have, every single time I've used a finesse worm, they've worked for me. Just weightless rigged, 2 to 4 feet of water, jigging in it a couple times, and it works really good. So anyway, in the summer, I throw less crankbaits just because of all the weeds that are starting to come in. It's harder to cast out. I start going more towards soft plastics and just working. You can work faster as the water gets warmer. So that's what about you guys in Florida or anything like that. I can just talk about here. So that's pretty much a few tips and techniques to use, and I hope you try them out and have luck with them in the future.